Hello Taurus, Elsie here to give you one more bonus read before we start the week. So as we go into next week, right, it's the last week of October. We're already in the retrograde shadow. We're in the pre-shadow phase. And let's find out what's going on for you. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus, don't forget that there are sales on, right? Private read sales, 10% off the pre-records and up to 75% off the live readings. Please look in the pinned comment for your link to Hypsee to check out my pricing. Let's find out what's going on here. That sale that is for the pre-records is only on until the 31st. Let's find out what's going on for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What energies do we have for the bull gang today? What energies do we have for Taurus? The star is here. Why is that? The Two of Wands. Oh. Taurus, I feel like something that you have been hoping for or wishing for. I feel like if it's involving another person, Taurus, it feels like that thing is about to go down. The Two of Wands is about waiting at the crossroads, but also making a plan. It feels like you've been hopeful that a plan is that something is going to go to plan, that somebody is going to take action. Tell me more. The Two of Pentacles is here. It's about to be a decision that is going to be made in the Pentacle world. So it's no longer just this feeling of something is about to happen. It is about to happen. I'm going to say somebody's making a decision. It feels as though there's somebody here who's very busy in their life and they've been sitting on a decision-making process. Taurus, it could be you or it could be someone outside of you. You'll let me know what that is. But it feels like somebody's been waiting on a decision process and you've been hopeful that this is going to, that the person is going to leave the crossroads and actually take action on something here. And I feel like they are, but it also feels like the reason that whomever this is not taken action, and like I said, it could be you. The reason is because this person is very busy in their life. Somebody here has been juggling a lot, trying to stay in balance. But I think that you've been hopeful for a while that things are going to move forward or take flight here. I think that, hang on. Yeah, this person has already made a decision. This person's made a decision to step forward. So something is about to take flight. They've been planning something, it feels like here. The Nine of Wands is here. And I want to say that you've been waiting forever. Look at this poor person sitting here with all the ivy growing around the tree. Growing around the wand. Ivy will grow on things that have been standing for hundreds of years. It's a little bit dramatic, I would say. But, it feels like somebody's been sitting here waiting for some type of action to go down. I've been waiting for so long. It feels like somebody is ready just to give up. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them. It feels like somebody is ready just to give up. I'm feeling like I'm done waiting, or that I'm sort of burnt out with the whole waiting process, or starting to lose hope. Possibly that maybe this was never supposed to be my thing. Maybe this was never supposed to work out this way. Somebody here is deciding, I don't know, that why doesn't it ever work out for me? Yes, Charlie just said, why doesn't it ever work out for me? We've got the Queen of Cups here. I feel like somebody is making a decision about something that is deeply emotional. And someone is juggling their feelings, juggling decision making. Because I feel like whoever this is, whether it's you or them, it feels like somebody, once they dive in, they dive deep. It does feel like something has been unfolding here for a long while. Now, it doesn't have to be anything too dramatic, but for some of you, it could be a couple of years. For some of you, it could be a month. We do have 9, 10, 11 wands, maybe the last 11 weeks or so. Maybe since January. Late December or January. No, late January, I would say. I'm just talking about Aquarius season, whenever that is. I think it's Aquarius season begins around the 20th of January, so it might have been something that you've been waiting for since the beginning of the year. But I feel like it's something that is, somebody is about to leave the crossroads where they've been undecided about what they're going to do with this deep feeling that they have here. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. It's been a long wait. I really feel like it's you that's been waiting, Taurus, that it's been a long wait. That in the meantime, while you've been waiting, I feel like you have been working on nurturing the self. She's holding a pentacle, but to her chest over her heart here, and it's in bloom. There's a sunflower in bloom over the heart. So Taurus, I feel like it's likely that you're probably about to hear about this in the fall time here. So wherever you are in the world and whatever you consider in your environment to be the fall time, it feels like somebody here is waiting for harvest. The 7 is about waiting, but also throwing seeds of intention and nurturing. And the pentacles are about the self, so nurturing the self. It feels like you've really built your reputation, built your confidence. You've had a glow up. 7 and 2 is 9. In the midst of waiting for all of this, it feels like I don't think you're sitting by the window waiting, Taurus. I feel like you have been working on yourself, deepening your commitment or your love of self. And while you're sitting here, I think that you've been sitting here for a dog's age. I think that all of this work you've been doing on yourself is telling you, maybe I shouldn't be waiting for this person at all, or the situation. Maybe it's just not going to show up. Tell me about the 2 of Wands. Who's taking action here? Could be a Cancer, possibly Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio, maybe an Aquarius that you're waiting to take an answer on here, or someone to give you an answer on something or take action. Yeah, somebody here is sitting in the comfort zone. Sitting in the comfort zone. They've already made their decision. It feels like they are coming forward with something. So they've made their decision. Hand is on the wand. The Ace of Cups is floating above the person's head. So they haven't grabbed this Ace of Cups yet, but the 3 of Cups are on the bottom here. And it seems like it could be somebody that you either met in a social group or will meet in a social group, Taurus. It feels like somebody's maybe thinking about the good times with you, but it feels like this person is in a comfort zone, having already made the decision. I feel like this is already on the way. I feel like somebody here is trying to get stability of their emotions so they can get out of the chaos in the mind and move forward here. The Queen of Pentacles. I think that's your energy. I think that you ground somebody here. You ground them. They feel like you are a great big hug with a blanket. Like, it feels like with the Queen of Pentacles that you make this person's mind calm. You make them feel like it's okay, I'm patient, I'll wait for whatever. It also feels like that somebody here is scared to dive deep with you, because I feel like there is something here that's telling me that they're a bad decision maker, or somebody who knows, maybe someone who knows that when they jump in, they're all the way in, like it's permanent, right? Pentacles are permanent 3D stuff. So somebody's making a decision, but a careful one, because, it could be friends. Yeah, we've got 2 pentacles and 1 up here in the hand of the Queen, which is 3. So this person could be in your social group. You could work with this person. They could be somebody that you already cooperate or collaborate with, somebody that, but it's a pentacle relationship, understand? It's a partnership of some sort. So it's like someone that you know in a group of people. Tell me why the 2 of Pentacles is here. Somebody needs to take this, oh yes, I've already made the decision energy and put it into the Pentacle world. The World card is here. This would be a really big milestone for this person. We've got the 4 of Wands. And we've got the Ace of Swords, Taurus. It does feel like somebody here has already made the decision, All they have to do is get their stability or their balance. They're going to do that by closing some sort of a door to an old chapter. I feel like the old chapter is their inability to make a decision. The fact that we have 2 pentacles here tells me that they're going to make the decision in the pentacle world, and that this is probably a very big milestone or accomplishment for this person. That they are finally closing the door to the past, and they are on stable ground. I feel like they're going to tell you, Taurus, how excited they feel when they're around you, that you ground them, right? Fours are always about stability, but it feels like the clarity and the honesty and the truth of the matter is that this person feels very excited, doves in the air. They feel like you might be a soulmate. This person feels very excited around you, whether they show you that or not. Now we've got the Stoics here, right? We've got the World card, which is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. The ones who don't usually show it on the surface until they feel really safe to do so. But I'm going to say that this person, I feel, is going to give you some sort of an indication that you really make them happy, or that they have feelings with the doves flying above the 4 of Wands here. Tell me what this person's going to say, because I have a feeling it comes verbally. Face to face. What is this? 2 of Swords, Page of Swords, and the 6 of Wands. It does feel like somebody here has been watching you. We now have all 3 twos out, right? We've got 3 of them here. So there is somebody here who I feel is scared to get hurt. They don't want to hurt you, and they don't want to break your heart, but they also don't want to be hurt. This person's been watching you. They've been observing you, and I think whatever they've been seeing you do or say has really transformed their thought process. It does feel like we could be dealing with an air sign. It feels like somebody who's having a hard time changing their mind. It could be an Aquarius. But the 6 of Wands is here. Somebody here has decided to come out of the dark, come out of this dark night of the soul, right? 6 of Wands is always about coming from the war or the fight and getting some sort of a win, right? Success, victory, people cheering them on. It does feel like somebody here is about to make a decision. No more stalking. I think they want to talk. I think they're going to tell you that the things that they see within you teach them something. So I don't know if they're watching you online or social media somewhere, or if you know them in a group of people. 3 Pentacles, maybe at work, maybe you're their mentor, maybe you're their boss, maybe they're your boss, but it feels like you've been teaching them something and they've been silent about it. I think they're going to voice that and let you know that you make them feel like they can do anything. Like you make them feel like that there's victories all over the place. They just have to be able to observe those victories from a distance and then make a decision with precision about whatever it is that they want. Oh, I'm hearing a song. Hang on. Be a movie star, rock a main stage, an Xbox tester, or an astronaut in space. When they tell you you can't do it, you can shove it in their face. I can, so. That's anything, and that's by Headley. It feels like somebody here, you make them feel like they can do anything. And it feels like you do it by just being in your grounded Capricorn, Empress in training energy here. I feel like you give them such grounding that they feel like they can do anything. Tell me about, I feel like, it feels like this is something with the 7 of Pentacles that you've been waiting on, that somebody here is making a decision that when I jump in, I'm going to be all the way in, and that might be why there's been something here that's been taking a while. We've got the Ace of Cups, we've got the 8 of Cups, and we've got the 6 of Cups. So also there is somebody here who is living in nostalgia. So this is somebody who's dragging the past into the present moment. And that's why I try not to read for the past. Because when you keep your mind stuck in the past, you're never going to be able to move forward. You can't be in the past and in the future at the same time. You've got to make a decision about one or the other. Somebody here is disconnecting, releasing, or walking away, detaching from the past, a past love or a past situation. It feels like this Six of Cups is memories or nostalgia of me having to walk away from the Ace of Cups. So I feel like there is somebody here who has a lot of love. We've got 2 cups right here, right? There's a lot of love right here, or a lot of feelings, but this person was hurt in the past, and I feel like that's what's freaking them out. That's what's taken them so long. Tell me about the 9 of Wands and the Star, because I feel like you're hopeful that things are going to start to move forward. And I think they are, because the King of Wands is always going after what they want, right? This one has the wisdom to roll in their passions enough, but also the inspiration. I feel like they're inspired to come get you. 10 Wands, somebody here is dropping some sort of burden they've been carrying, burden of waiting possibly. We have, the Tower. Okay. We could be talking about someone who is an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. They could be a fire sign. They could be a Scorpio. We do have the 6 of Pentacles here. This person is going to be in your face, Taurus. That's what it feels like. Somebody here is no longer going to be under the surface, skulking around, not saying anything. This person, I think that the Tower is putting a fire under their ass, and here they come. That's what it looks like. This person that you've been hoping for. I don't care if your person is a fire sign or not. This is a representation of somebody who's feeling inspired by you to pursue whatever it is that they want, whether that's you or anything else. I feel like the Tower being here is saying, yep, it's time. Tell me about the Tower. There's the Emperor. There's the Death card and the High Priestess. So it's the end of silence. There it is. The end of silence here. The Emperor has decided that this king has decided to step into their Emperor energy, because the Emperor is all of the kings, right? Somebody here is coming forward with this energy because it's the most attractive, the most fiery. The Aries always gets what they want, right? Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, they could have a fire placement because the Emperor is here as well. But the Emperor has decided to end the silence and to transform the situation from the 5 of Pentacles to the 9 of Cups. There we go. Wish fulfillment, everything coming into alignment. I feel like you're going to get communication, or this person's really excited for the next time they see you. It feels like this Page of Wands is the childlike excitement, the little excitement in the belly about seeing Taurus again. Tell me about the outcome here. What is the short-term outcome here? We've got the Justice card. We've got the 3 of Cups. And we've got the Hanged Man in reverse. I kind of love that. Yeah, the Hanged Man in reverse is somebody's in their aha moment. They've decided, I'm no longer in a pause. I've now got the answer that I need. I've got the perspective that I need. And now it's time for me to call Taurus, have a reunion, see them out somewhere social. Justice card is here. I've got to restore it or make it right. Somebody here is bringing harmony into the situation. They could be a Libra or a Pisces. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, the wheel is here. There we go, Taurus. There's you. Taurus energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And the wheel is here. It's destiny, Taurus. Here it comes. So for some of you, if you're on this cycle, I feel like it's happening probably in October, and that the wheel is about to turn, and there's really nothing that you can do about it. I feel like you're supposed to hold your position, Taurus, whether you're the feminine or the masculine. It feels like if you are the emperor, the empress, I would say, if you are the empress in training, or you are the empress, that you are the one to hold your position, because the emperor is the one with the masculine leaning energy that is going to be pursuing. The emperor does not want to be pursued. But we do have the king and the queen of pentacles here, right? Something that felt like it was dead on the road or stopped in its tracks here, right? I feel like you were kind of sad that things were not working out the way you wanted them. I feel like this opportunity, this really big opportunity, is showing up, and there we go. There she is. There we are. So I feel like if you are the empress, you should just hold your position. The emperor is on the way, and it's coming probably in the month of October. October, or I would say Sagittarius season, which is in December. So I would say, yeah, that it feels like something is about to turn here. So we could be in, and this is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, so it could be in the Scorpio season as well. It feels like in the next few months here. We are at the end of October, so November, December. I feel like you're going to something's going down by December. The wheel is turning here in your favor, and destiny is here. This is a destined connection, my friend. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I'm going to go, but I'll be back because I'm always back. You know I am. Love you guys. Bye.